You're offering food constantly. You feel like the kitchen never closes. And when it comes to mealtime, your child suddenly isn't hungry, which leaves you frustrated, worried, and wondering what you're doing wrong. I'm Dr. Mona, pediatrician and mom of two, and today we're going to talk about why constant snacking happens, how it quietly disrupts meals, and what actually helps toddlers come to the table hungry without pressure or power struggles. If feeding feels stressful in your house right now, hit subscribe because I'm going to have so many more videos for you, and let's get into this. To understand constant snacking, we have to start with toddler biology because once you understand what their body is doing, this gets a lot less frustrating, hopefully. Toddlers have small stomachs, fast digestion, and big swings in appetite. Hunger cues can feel urgent even if they ate not that long ago. Their bodies are growing fast and their signals are loud, and this matters. But toddlers are also still learning to tell the difference between hunger, boredom, wanting comfort. All of those signals can come out as "I'm hungry." Now layer in the fact that many snack foods are sweeter, saltier, and more predictable in taste. They're easier to chew, quick to eat, and give fast satisfaction. This doesn't mean toddlers love snacks more than meals. It means snack foods are designed to be immediately rewarding. So when a child, especially a toddler, learns that snacks are always available, the brain naturally reaches for the easiest, fastest option. And here's the piece that many parents miss, and it's a big one. Snacks often become more than food. They quietly start doing other jobs in the day. They become a delay tactic when a child doesn't want to stop playing, a calm down tool when emotions run high, a boredom fixer during long afternoons, a peacekeeper when everyone is tired and you just need things to stay calm for 5 more minutes. None of this means you're doing anything wrong. It means snacks are easy, effective, and they work in the moment. But over time, toddlers start to learn a pattern. Food is going to appear whenever I ask. I don't really need to come to meals hungry because something else will show up if I wait. So when meals roll around, it's not that your child suddenly dislikes the food, it's that their appetite has already been taken care of. Most toddlers in this situation are not picky. They're just not hungry enough at meals. And that's not a character flaw. It's a structure issue, which means it's something we can gently fix. Toddlers eat best with structure, predictable timing, and low pressure. Appetite can vary widely from meal to meal. One skipped meal does not mean something is wrong. What matters is intake over days and not hours. When kids trust that food is coming regularly, their urgency around eating decreases. Food is predictable, the timing is reliable, the amount is flexible. And if this already is helping you breathe a little easier around feeding, hit subscribe. This is exactly the kind of support I share here. Now, as I share some tips, remember, if your child snacks more than 2 to 3 times a day and eats meals well, that is likely their appetite. It's voracious. The concern is repetitive meal refusal due to grazing or excessive snacking. Now, here's the foundation that makes everything else work. Toddlers thrive on rhythm. A helpful goal is 3 meals and 2 snacks, maybe 3 snacks planned each day, spaced about every 2 to 3 hours. Water between meals is fine. Water with meals is fine. Large amounts of milk or juice between meals or at meals can fill small stomachs and reduce appetite for food. Water is the best choice as a liquid. And remember, constant food is not necessary. A good rhythm might look like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And it doesn't need to be rigid. It just needs to be predictable. When kids trust food is coming, they stop grazing. And when they stop grazing, they start having an appetite for meals. And if they are grazing and you start setting boundaries on limiting that grazing, that is when they know that routine also matters. The next shift can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's incredibly important. One helpful change is making snacks boring on purpose. Snacks don't need to be the most exciting food of the day. When snacks feel like a party, meals are not going to compete. Balanced, predictable snacks work best. Fruit with yogurt, crackers with cheese, apple slices with nut butter. And another key piece is sitting down for snacks. I know this is hard. I have 2 children, but snacks are eaten at a table, not roaming, not 2 bites, then running off, then coming back again. Sitting helps kids notice hunger and fullness and separates eating from constant play. Parents decide when food is offered. Kids decide how much to eat. So if it's snack time and your child is eating a snack, running away, coming back, running away, you have to set the limit. Hey, it's snack time. If you get up from the table, that shows me you're done and I'm taking the snack away. And you follow through if they continue not following your boundary. This is one of the most common questions I get. If it's snack time and your child is hungry, you feed them. The goal here is not to limit food, it's to limit grazing. At snack time, you can offer a balanced snack and let your child eat as much of that snack as they want at snack time. The structure comes from how the snack is eaten. And you might say, hey, it's snack time. You can eat as much as you'd like while you're sitting. When you're done and get up, snack time is over. This is not restriction. That's teaching how eating works. It helps kids tune into hunger and fullness cues instead of staying in constant nibble mode all day. What we're trying to vote is this pattern: a snack, then another snack an hour later, then another right before the meal. In those moments, you're not depriving your child, you're holding the structure. You can calmly say, hey, we just had a snack. Dinner is coming soon. And then you follow through by serving the meal when it's time. There may be some protest at first, and that's okay. It doesn't mean your child is starving. It means you're establishing a routine. They just ate a snack. You know they're not starving. They are just trying to test the boundaries. All this means you're establishing a routine, and that routine still includes foods your child loves, offered regularly and predictably. Sometimes hunger is real, and sometimes toddlers are asking for something else: connection, comfort, rest, a break. If they just had a snack, and you know they ate, before automatically offering food, try redirecting them, offering a hug, quiet time, or short play reset. Meeting the real needs rescues constant snack requests over time. And remember, if this video is filling your soul like snacks fill your kid's belly, make sure to hit subscribe. Now, when snack foods are highly restricted or treated as special, kids want them more. It's like forbidden fruit. Scarcity makes foods feel more powerful. Let me give you a real example from my own home. My daughter went through a phase where every day around 3:30 she was asking for cheese, even though she had a snack at 4:30, over and over. And dinner is usually at 6 or 6:15, but she kept asking. At first, it was tempting to say no or delay it because I didn't want to ruin dinner. But the more I tried to control the cheese, the bigger it became. I want cheese. I want cheese. So we changed the approach. I started serving cheese with her meal. Oh, you want a Baby Bell? Well, we can't have Baby Bell now, but I'll put it with your dinner. And something interesting happened. The fixation dropped. Some nights she only ate the cheese, and other nights she ate the cheese and the rest of the meal. These are both okay. The goal wasn't to force clean your plate. The goal was to remove cheese from the pedestal, keep it in rotation, and make it predictable instead of scarce. When foods feel safe and in a routine, kids don't cling to them as tightly. Now, this part matters because it explains why some foods become such a big focus for kids. Packaged foods are part of modern life. They are convenient, they are delicious, and using them does not mean you're doing feeding wrong. But they also tend to be saltier, sweeter, and very consistent in flavor. And that's not a problem on its own. Foods are allowed to taste good, but those flavors light up the brain quickly. Kids may crave them more. They may not feel as satiated, so want to eat more. Ask for them more often, not because they're out of control, but because those foods are designed to be very rewarding. And that's where balance comes in. When packaged foods are treated as rare, restricted, or separate from meals, they often move on to a pedestal. And pedestal foods are the ones kids fixate on. That fixation fuels constant asking, bargaining, and grazing. And when you give in, it reinforces that, oh, I can keep doing this behavior, whining, screaming, crying for it, and my parent will give me the snack so I can graze. The goal here is not perfection, it's balance and predictability. One helpful strategy is pairing packaged foods with fresh foods instead of treating them as special exceptions. Crackers with fruit, a bar with yogurt, a pouch served with the meal instead of as a roaming snack. Remember, when these foods show up regularly, predictably, they lose their emotional charge. They stop feeling scarce or urgent. And when foods lose their power, kids are better able to eat in a way that feels calmer and more regulated. Now, this is where language really matters. And remember, when I mention scripts, my goal is not for you to memorize the script. It's to understand the value I'm trying to instill, and you come up with your own language that follows suit. Because the words you use here can either calm things down or accidentally make snack requests worse. So instead of, you already ate, no more snacks, those phrases often land as shutdowns, even when they're true. They don't give your child any information about what is happening next. So instead, you can say, snack is at the table in 20 minutes. Food is coming soon. Lunch is next. You don't have to eat now. We already had a snack, but I can put your cheese with your meal. What's happening here is that you're giving structure instead of denial. You're communicating food is coming, that your child's safe, but that I'm in charge of when it's offered. This reduces panic around food and lowers the urge to keep asking. Your child may protest at first, especially if they're used to grazing. And it doesn't mean that you're being unresponsive. It means you're changing a pattern they were used to. Now remember to stick to the schedule even when meals are light. Avoid topping off meals with snacks later. Keep snack portions consistent, and if they want more at a set snack time, it's okay to give them that. Remember, you're deciding what and when they eat, and they're deciding if and how much. And that goes for snacks too. Stay neutral at meals, no pressure. Avoid becoming a short order snack kitchen. If your child doesn't eat a meal, don't go into the kitchen and get them one of their favorite snacks. If you want to present it all at once as a safe food, that's okay. But we don't want to get into the habit of they don't like a meal, they argue, they scream. You go into the kitchen to get them a preferred snack, and now they know if I don't want to eat something, I'll just cry and scream and get what I want. And that's not the type of limits we want to teach our kids. If your child keeps asking for snacks and again, they've already eaten a snack, you say, we've already had a snack. Our next snack is when the timer goes off, or put a visual cue, and you can choose apple or yogurt. Predictability reduces asking, and consistency matters more than fast results. I also want to reset some expectations here. Progress does not look like perfect eating. It looks like fewer snack requests, slightly better interest at meals, and less stress around food. Those small changes add up. Now consider extra support if meals are consistently skipped, growth is a concern, or feeding is just causing you distress. Getting help is not failure, it's support. And if picky eating or feeding stress feels overwhelming, this is exactly what I cover in my Picky Eating Playbook. It's a course that has step-by-step strategies for toddlers and younger kids. So the goal here is you do not need to cut snacks. You need to have clearer structure, you need to have more balance of options, and you need to be okay in saying no if they just had a snack and providing healthy communication of the boundary. Kids eat best when adults lead calmly and consistently. Your job is to offer food with confidence, and their job is to decide what to do with it. And remember, if you have questions for myself and my team of medical and parenting experts, please comment below. And if you found this helpful, you have to share it. And don't forget the most important thing that many of you are not doing that is so important. Hit subscribe so that you can stay tuned for all of my future videos on child health, parenting, development, feeding, and sleep. I'll see you all next time. Stay well.